Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. In the journal we're working in, when I chose the papers to go inside, I did so with the idea of, working out how to do a layout on a page that already has something on it. And then how to deal with different types of paper. So that was the way I chose. And there are all different kinds of papers in here. So first thing we're going to do, now you remember when we did our first page here, and I pulled out this one big piece, and I didn't really want to use it there, so I stuck it back here. Now, all I did here was I added a flower. You don't really have to do much if you want to showcase your whole piece. This was just a page out of a dictionary, and I put some little labels on it, stickers, and we'll call that that. But what if we're starting on blank pages? This is what they call straw paper. And this is rice paper. You see it's already started to wrinkle down there and where I tried to cut it. And then I coffee dyed it. So we're going to work with these two today. And there are pros and cons with each one. But it's anytime we're working in a journal or you're putting together a journal, try putting different types of paper in there if you have them. If not, you can stick with just plain notebook paper. That fell in. So I want to find pages to cover these. Just the, not pages, but blank papers we're going to start with. So I'm going to pull this one out. Oh, it's got the smaller pages on it. Let's see. I like that one. We'll go with that one. And want something a bit bigger for the other side. Let's see. What do we have? I want that one. Choosing is always the hardest part, but once you get it, you're pretty much set. So, all right, this is one that I usually have some difficulties with, and it is maps. See if I've got any bigger back here. No, but there is something else here that we may want to put there, mainly because that is such a thin paper. Rice paper is very thin. Oh, that doesn't want to go back. Got snagged. So I'm going to go with a cardstock on this. And it barely fits. But I want to make sure I have that torn edge down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear off the top and bottom of this one. There goes that one. Now, when you tear your paper, if you don't want to see a lot of white, tear it away from the page that you're wanting. Because you see, if you do want the white, then you tear the other way. So we have that. And see, I still have that wrinkled part down there. So, find my glue. I did remember to refill my glues. Another thing you could do is to overlap the pages. is there a... Trying to make sure that there's... If there was, and there is lettering on there, that it came the right side up, would be to position a piece of paper this way. Put that back on there. And now we've got this one. I thought this was a sticker page. Yep, that's what it is. Which is going to be a lot easier. I'm going to come over down on this side here. Now we've got a bit in between here still, so what can we use to link it? Put in between there. What I did was I pulled some of the things out of this bottom drawer here that we could use. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and crease that before I put it down. Because that way I can hold it and then stick it in that where the pages meet a lot better than if I was folding it as is. There, now we've spanned the two. But now we have to do is figure out what we want and where. I kind of like that one also. Now this one I set aside to use because for some reason it started to come off the paper. So we're going to use this one. You know, some stickers will stick and they're hard to get off. Some are so easy that they'll come off of their backing by themselves. And usually that's when you've got them in with something else and they stick together. Yep, been there, done that. Now, trying to figure out what do we have. I found these strips. And I think these are like Tim Dorsey strips. That's pretty. I like the green. See if I can keep these in order here. Got a red. All right, so we've got green and red. There's one with a lavender. See what other colors we have on the short ones. All right, we're going to go with these. See which ones look the best. I could do the green. That would be pretty. Or even the red. That would make the pink of it pop. And then there's lavender. Oh, can't decide, can't decide. We're going to do two of them. When you can't decide, if you have the space, use them both. Now, because these are almost like a light cardstock, they're not real heavy. But they give strength to the paper itself, to our rice paper. So see, now that's not so flimsy. And yes, we still have this, and it's torn up down here, but I like that. I'm going to leave that there. If in the future that little piece comes off, that's fine. But for now, we're just just going to work on these here and see where we can go. Maybe what we need. See what we've got in labels. Pull this, just a whole section out. Got the green ones. I don't think I want that one. Oh, we have that one. I think I like let's go with the square ones. We'll use those two. Then I have some of these. Oh, that one's pretty. No, we'd already decided we're doing the square ones. We're going to stick with what we have. Stick with our choice. Okay. With those there. I think that's going to be we'll start with these here. Okay, now find my what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim around all of these. Because I don't want that much of the outside edge showing. Now, if you come across a sticker that has a wide edge to it, whether it be a white edge or even one of the clear ones from the PET stickers, you can trim it. And you can get it as close as you want it. These here, I'm not doing real close because I do like the scalloped edge there. But I'm getting as close as I can. I don't want to trim off the scallop. Okay, there goes that one. That one. This one's next. And sometimes these can be quite simple. Just snip, 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 and you're done. And we have these. Now, some people may think, oh, well, that's way too many labels. It's not. You could just decorate a page with the labels. Let's do this side. So I can separate these two. You can decorate a page with anything you have. You can do all washi tape. You can do all labels. You can do all flowers. It's your journal, and you decorate it the way you like. And if you make a mistake, you know, it's only paper. And usually if you do make a mistake, nobody knows it but you. Okay, so now we have all these labels. See, it got all of those that way. I'm going to start with the biggest one. And put this one right down front. And you don't have to put labels in the directions that you're used to seeing them. You can put them sideways. You can put them diagonal. You can put them upside down. Here. Then we'll come in with this one. Okay. That's where it fell, and there's glue on the back. It's staying. I'm going to leave it just like that. This one, I'm going to tear in half. because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put that one coming up that way. And no, I didn't glue it straight. I can't glue straight. I can't cut straight. But nobody's going to know that that's not the way I wanted it, except me. All right, this one, I'm going to glue it on top of this one here. Because that way, because I want it right at the edge. And then I'll take the whole thing here. Put it way down in that groove. All right, now I'm left with this one. So this one here. Putting just like right there. Now, usually I tell you, you don't have to have anything in your frame, but we're going to put something in that one. Just because. I'll pull out my flowers here. Don't like that one. I want something small, but not too small. That's a possibility. Or we could come out and do... I think that's too big. That's too big. What about that one? No, still a bit too wide. I think the more I look through these, the more I think I'm going to go with that one there. Just because of the shape. There's a longer one. Now, I like the blue. We're going to go with the blue. Now, if you don't like the stem coming all the way down, what you do is you come up here and cut it off. Just that easy. You don't have to keep all of the sticker if you don't want to use all the sticker. Nothing says you have to use the whole sticker. Oh, there we go. Put this up here so that I can see where I'm getting that to go. Just like that. See, I like that there. And I think that's where we're going to call it quits. So I've incorporated the colors of this all the way over through here. And the rice paper is backed. Or it has a mat over it that's 110-pound cardstock. And then the smaller ones that are also cardstock. And then we put different stickers down, different labels. And that's it. So we've incorporated the background color here, as you see with this. We've corrected the stiffness in the rice paper so that it's not going to be so flimsy that we can keep tearing. I think that's going to be it for today. So if you've enjoyed what we've worked on today, give me a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you very much. I have been working on new things to put in or new listings for the Etsy store. That should be coming up soon. I'll leave the link to it in the description below. And yeah, I think that worked out pretty good. So until next time, bye guys.